So 100,000 women went on strike today in Iceland to demand gender equality. The entire population is 370,000. So over 25% of the population went on strike. And I have some crazy news for you. The economy did not come to a stop, and it continued as normal. The only memo I got was that HR departments were getting no complaints for the 24 hours that the women were on strike. And men were writing that they were really sorry women didn't get gender equality, but I heard one CEO said it was nice to finally get some done, end quote.
What makes this uncomfortable isn't the joke, it's what it exposes. A quarter of the population goes on strike, and the system doesn't collapse. No shutdown, no chaos. Life just keeps moving. And the detail that really stings? HR got quiet. No complaints, no fires to put out. No emotional escalations, just work getting done. That's why people laugh nervously instead of arguing the point. This isn't saying women don't matter. It's pointing out that outrage narratives often exaggerate leverage. Equality doesn't come from symbolic walkouts or applause on social media. It comes from contribution, competence, and results. When the noise stops and things still function, it forces an uncomfortable question. Were you essential or just loud?
Women in this country still make 77 cents on the dollar for what men make. So if women don't make less than men?
Actually, if you start looking at the numbers, Rachel, there are lots of reasons for that.
Wait. Well, don't tell me the reasons why. Do women make less than men for doing the same work?
No, because...
Wow.
Well,
okay.
Well, for example, men work an average of 44 hours a week. Women work 41 hours a week. Men go into professions like engineering, science, and math that earn more. Women want more flexible
professions. Listen, this is not a math is hard.
No. Yes, it is, actually.
No, it isn't.
Well,
listen.
All right, let Rachel frame it, though, the way
Rachel,
right now, women are making 77 cents on the dollar for what men are making.
But that's not true. If so,
let Rachel make her point.
Every greedy businessman in America would hire only women, save 25%. And I love how passionate you are. I wish you were as right about what you're saying as you are passionate about it. I really do. For example, may I share one fact with you? When you look at, for example, single women working in America today between the ages of, I think, 40 and 64, who makes more, men or women, on average? Men make $40,000 a year. Women make 47. When you take out the marriage factor, look at some economics. My point here is that we're manufacturing a political crisis.
He's not dismissing concern. He's challenging the story being told. Hours worked, job choices, career paths, those things matter, whether people like it or not. And the key moment is when he brings up unmarried women earning more in certain age groups. That doesn't erase inequality everywhere, but it does complicate the narrative. It shows this isn't a simple men bad, system-rigged explanation. Calling it a manufactured political crisis isn't about denying problems, it's about pointing out how selective facts get used to keep people angry instead of informed. Passion feels good, but it doesn't replace accuracy. When data contradicts the outrage, the conversation shouldn't end, it should evolve.
If companies can pay women less, why don't they hire all women?
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Really?
I understand your argument, and I understand that you're angry.
I'm not angry.
I can hear it in your voice.
I'm not
Listen to your
angry.
voice.
I'm hearing my voice and I sound pretty calm.
You have now shifted the quality of your voice, and I thank you for that.
Okay.
And you've just given me a condescending look, and that's another reason why we need feminism. And now I'm done, and thank you so much.
He asks a simple question. If women are paid less, why wouldn't companies just hire all women? And instead of answering it, everything shifts to tone, emotions, and perceived disrespect. Suddenly, it's not about the argument anymore. It's you sound angry, your voice changed, your look is condescending. That's the escape hatch. When the point can't be addressed, the focus moves to how it was said, and that's why nothing gets resolved. The discussion ends, not because the question was wrong, but because engaging with it would require an actual answer.
Let's nip this man versus bear conversation in the bud right now. The question is, would you rather be in the forest alone with a man or a bear? Not a or a bear. What percentage of men do y'all think are? That's what's really getting to me, because y'all make it seem like it's a 50-50% chance. Like, oh, he might be me, he might not. Have you lost your mind? And before y'all answer that in the comments, because it is a question and I do want an answer, what percentage of men do y'all think are? And when you answer, I want you to put it in the form of a sentence of the men that are in your life. So that way we can bring this back to reality. So I want you to say, of my 3 brothers, 2 of them are. Of my 6 male cousins, 3 of them are. Of my 5 male friends, 2 of them are. I want you to give me those numbers. And I think about this in real life because I have brothers in real life. And if somebody out there chose to be in the forest with a bear as opposed to one of my brothers because you thought there was even a chance that one of them might you, fight me right now. No, fight me right now.
The man or bear question only works if you pretend men are some anonymous threat instead of actual people you know. When you're forced to count real men, brothers, cousins, friends, the math changes fast. Suddenly it's not men as a concept, it's your brother, your dad, your best friend, and nobody honestly believes most of the men in their own lives are dangerous. That's the issue. The internet turns fear into abstraction. Real life turns it back into faces. And once you do that, the whole comparison collapses, because deep down everyone knows the truth. Most men are normal, decent people, and pretending otherwise is just lazy thinking, dressed up as safety.
I deserve a 6'4" CEO model who makes $100,000 a year. That man is like 0.01% of the population and has more options than you can even count. You are not competing for him, you are in line behind a million other women who have the exact same checklist. S tier. Where are all the good men? Well, they're probably in your DMs right now, but you just called them nice or too boring. And look, maybe they are, but what you're asking for is there. But you won't look twice until you're 34 and the roster has dried up. C tier. I want a traditional man, but I am not traditional. She wants him to pay, lead, and protect, but cooking, cleaning, or submitting to anything? Nah, that's oppression. Pick a lane. You can't have 1950s benefits with modern day expectations. S tier. Body count doesn't matter for women. Typically the ones that are saying this are the ones that don't want theirs to count against them. Tell that to any guy who's thinking long term and watch his face. If it really didn't matter, nobody would lie about it.
This sounds blunt, but it's really just someone talking about expectations and reality, not lining up. You can want a tall, successful, high-status guy. There's nothing wrong with wanting that. The problem starts when the math gets ignored. That man is rare, and because he's rare, he has options. A lot of them. Wanting him doesn't automatically put you in his world. The where are all the good men part is usually the saddest. Most of the time, they're not gone, they're just not exciting enough at first glance. They create stability, not adrenaline, and people don't value that until chaos gets exhausting. Then there's the contradiction that keeps coming up, wanting a traditional man who leads, provides, and protects, while rejecting everything that traditionally comes with that setup. You can't ask for one side of the deal and opt out of the other. That's not empowerment, that's misalignment. Same thing with body count. If it truly didn't matter to anyone, it wouldn't be hidden, minimized, or argued about so intensely. People only get defensive when they know something affects long-term decisions. None of this is about putting women down or putting men on a pedestal. It's about honesty. When expectations don't match reality, disappointment feels personal, but it isn't. It's just a result of wanting something without adjusting to what it actually takes to get it.
I will ask my man to do anything for me, but I swear to you, the moment that he asks me to do anything, I'm irritated. And it could be the simplest task, like, oh, could you rinse this cup out for me because you're right there by the sink? Pissed. Instantly pissed. Or, oh, you know, could you go hand me a towel because I forgot to grab it? Why the did you not grab that towel?
At least she's honest, because this right here is pure imbalance. She's comfortable asking him to do anything for her, but the second the roles flip, even slightly, it turns into irritation. It's not about the towel or the trash, it's about entitlement. Helping only feels good when it's one-directional. The moment reciprocity shows up, it feels like an inconvenience. And that's how resentment quietly grows. Relationships don't fall apart from big fights, they fall apart when one person feels useful and the other feels bothered. Alright guys, we're gonna leave it there for today. If you enjoyed the breakdown, hit subscribe before you head out, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.